Good morning, everyone. Here is my reset routine for when I'm feeling mentally drained and I need a reset. I'm trying really hard not to check my phone first thing in the morning, but instead to take 3 deep breaths. This ensures that I'm being intentional with my time and I'm allowing my body to wake up naturally. Whenever I'm feeling overwhelmed, I feel like Instagram and TikTok are the first to go, so if I need to take a break for the day, then I like to move it to a different page so it's not on my main page. I'm just taking a one-day break so I don't feel like I have to constantly check my phone when I'm bored. Today, I'm going to be moving my body in a way that it's not stressful, and Woody is a main character. Typically, I love workouts where I'm going, and they're very fast-paced, but that kind of environment can also be very stressful on our bodies, which increases our cortisol levels. I am not a doctor, and this is based on my own experience, but an increase in cortisol levels can also create hormone imbalances. So here are 5 easy stretches I try to do on the days I'm trying to rest but also move my body. And one thing I also love to do is walk. My doctor said we should all aim for 10,000 steps a day, which can be hard if you work from home. But this is now time for me to get out of my own head and out of my own thoughts, and thank you so much to Audible for sponsoring this video. My husband first introduced me to Audible 7 years ago. He's a great listener while I'm also a great talker, but I love using Audible to listen to all of my audiobooks. This is my second time listening to Instruments in the Redeemer's Hands, and it's all about how to counsel and give advice to people. But I have so many books in my library because I get a new book every single month. I can also listen while following along with a physical book and speed up the voice to input more knowledge into my brain in a shorter amount of time. But this makes me feel like my walks are really productive because not only am I listening to my favorite authors, but they have a bunch of series and bestsellers. Like Atomic Habits was also a book I really love to listen to while walking on the treadmill. And usually if my drive is longer than 20 minutes, then I'll listen in my car too. So you can go to audible.com/MayaLeeX3 or text MayaLeeX3 to 500 to get a whole month free trial. If you don't have Audible already, definitely check it out because I pay monthly for this and it's helped me be really efficient with my time. As part of my reset routine, I really wanted to go to a scalp spa in Japan or Korea, but I couldn't snag an appointment, but I found one in Los Angeles. Okay, yes, that kind of creeped me out too, but she was showing me the shampoo buildup that was in my hair. Then we went into this little room and she started off by rinsing my hair, and then she put a bunch of treatment in it that really was going to help clean out my hair and make it really soft. She then proceeded to give me a head massage, and if you love people touching your hair, then this is the place for you. She put my hair in this head steamer for about 5 minutes, and then she continued on with the treatments as well as massaging my head. Then she put my head back into the steamer to help it absorb all of the things that she put in. Now it was time for the moment of truth where we checked the camera again to see how my hair follicles and my scalp was doing. I was shocked to see how clean and how hydrated my scalp was. It was truly a scalp reset that I needed, and then I blow dried my scalp because she said we shouldn't leave it wet. Another way I like to reset is to write a weekly to-do list and look over my calendar. I always like to schedule my workouts that's realistic to me. So if I have a really busy Wednesday morning and I have to wake up really early, then I'm not going to plan a workout Tuesday night because I know I'm going to have a hard time sleeping. I use Google Calendar to organize myself, and I can use it on the computer as well as the app on my phone. I like to color code my calendar events, so yellow is for my workouts. I usually like to take group fitness classes in the morning, so I always look at the instructors, I see which ones I want to take, and then I'll schedule it based on that. I also like to reset my technology. I like to delete photos I don't need, screenshots, or text messages I don't need that's taking up a lot of space. I also make sure to sort all of my emails, and I don't like to have any red notifications anywhere. Usually I'm pretty good about keeping up to date with all of the things I want to delete as I go, but you can see this as a time of me decluttering my phone. I feel like with a lot of people's phones, especially the iPhones, they take up a lot of storage. So once in a while, it's nice to look through and delete anything you know you don't need anymore, like all of the verification codes or any memes you don't need anymore. Next is journaling. One of my coping mechanisms for trying to seek control over situations that I don't have control over is to know that I have at least thought of every single possible outcome. So at the end of the day, I'm okay if things don't go according to my plan, but I want to know I at least have thought of that outcome. But of course, there are things in life that are completely unpredictable, COVID. But this is a journaling template I have been following for years, and it's to write 3 things I am thankful for, 3 things that I am praying for, and then 1 thing I think that the Lord is teaching me today. My pastor also shared that we should try to write something new we're thankful for and not repeat anything. There is so much we can be thankful for if we choose to be. And sometimes I feel like one negative thought can weigh 5 times more than something positive. So we really need to be intentional with our positivity, to also look back and see what prayers the Lord answered, to see what prayers He didn't answer, and sometimes to be like, oh, I prayed for that? I don't really want that anymore. Then one of my favorite things to do in my journal is to do a word dump. Sometimes my word dumps end up becoming a prayer, but literally just writing down everything I'm thinking about, everything I'm worried about, or whatever is on my mind. Also, yesterday I saw on my TikTok a way to process your feelings, so I wrote this template down. Write down what happened. What did you think? How does that make you feel? How did your feelings make you respond? But what's really going on? And what's the truth behind the situation? And now knowing the truth, how can you act differently next time? That was my 10 minutes of journaling, and now on to taking care of my body. During my reset day, I am very much on top of my vitamins. There are some days where I forget, but today I remembered. I like to focus on eating more vegetables and more protein into my meals. I feel really bloated and sluggish when I eat noodles constantly, and that's not to shame anyone because I love noodles, but whenever I eat a lot of sugar or carbs, I do feel a spike in my glucose and then I crash later. So today I'm having sweet potatoes, Korean arrowroot jelly, and broccoli. Then take 5 minutes to sit. Focus on the sounds. I feel like I need to learn to be more present, and this is something we can all practice every day to stay grounded. Unclench your jaw, roll your shoulders back, release the tension in your body, and I just listen to whatever sounds I am hearing, even if it's your neighbors, or a cute little fluffy dog, or a video by Maya Lee. For me, when I'm mentally tired and exhausted, it means I've prioritized a lot of different things outside of my relationship with the Lord. Life gets so busy, but it's not worth it if I'm just focusing on myself and my own needs. Whenever I do my quiet time, I like to start off by reading the Bible. Then I'll pray after that because whatever I read is really going to influence and drive my prayers. But it's always a very sobering thought to remember that our lives are not our own. We were made with a greater purpose and a greater plan. And one of my favorite ways to reset is to listen to music and to also be mindful of the lyrics we're allowing ourselves to hear. But music has a way of transporting me out of my head, out of my thoughts, and allowing me to just take in the moment. And then lastly, make sure you're getting 8 hours of sleep. So don't take a nap today, get to bed early, and get 8 hours of sleep.